What's up, everyone, and welcome to an all-new microtransaction. It's a fabulous Monday here on Earth. We're just doing the damn thing, right? Everything's working fine. Kanye West is still crazy. Man, just love
ever-impending war might be coming upon us.
World War III, we might see it. Everyone said it couldn't have been done. But yeah, I think it might. We just might be going through it.
Yeah, it's one of those things because it's still the year. It's been 2020 for the last 3 seasons, and they're running out of plot filler. So obviously they had to put the war. We're in the war arc right now, and so yeah, it makes sense. It's on brand.
Besides that, though, Chris, how are you today?
Well, I'm doing phenomenal, and future me is dealing with the Monday rigmarole. I like to speak to my future self because I get a kick out of it. Sometimes I need it. Like when I'm working, I'm just like, it's gonna be all right. Remember that good time you had with Liquid here in the microtransaction offices? It's just I've been doing great, man. And I was hurt. I feel better. My foot's almost 100%. I feel like, and the health is getting better, and I'm feeling good, and I'm looking good.
Hey, that's most important, right? Looking good. No, I'm glad to hear. Yeah, Mondays are a little tough. I think everyone, for the majority of people, right? Mondays are tough. When you hear yourself or you got something to look forward to, it makes it a little easier. Yeah. So yeah, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. You know who doesn't get where you're coming from? Who has more than a bad Monday? They just have bad weeks, bad years, bad games.
Bad games.
EA.
EA.
EA has bad. They've been bad for a little while.
What are you talking about? They came out with Battlefield 2042.
That's exactly what we're talking about. So and it sucks. Because
the game EA or everything above.
I think all of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say all of it because, dude, EA, you thought they were turning around. First of all, you saw what happened with Battlefront, the Star Wars games, right? And then they made Jedi Fallen Order, and they're getting it now. They're finally making some sense, right?
Yep.
And then what happens? Then we get Battlefield 2042, and that's a huge mess in its own. And yeah, oh man. Talk about tough.
You see, going to are those the last 3 games that EA came out with?
I want to say no because if you think about
because I don't count Mass Effect.
Okay, what about It Takes Two? They published it.
Nah, because I'm their hands aren't in it.
Okay.
It's a very un-EA game.
No, fair enough. It's not like it's using the Frostbite engine or anything like that.
Oh God.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to think. EA. See, the besides Battlefield, I think Mass Effect is what comes to my mind. Is the last?
And Mass Effect was technically a good thing. So even if you wanted to count it, you had Battlefront.
And we're not counting the sports games, but I hear bad things about those too. So
yeah, but that's I feel like the people it's the same thing with Call of Duty. You complain about it and yet you buy it. So it's why do they? I digress. That's a whole other conversation.
Right.
Or maybe not. Who knows? We'll get to that in a minute.
Yep.
But let's just say their main games. So I'm gonna say Battlefront has been Star Wars, and then by the way, I told you guys I was playing it. I haven't played it since. Your boy fell in love with Halo, and that's what he's been doing. All right.
Rogue Squadron was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I always wanted to play Rogue Squadron because I loved Rogue Squadron on the N64.
Yes, same.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, and I hear it's really good.
This one's really good. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, your boy went all out. Rogue Squadron, they had the VR stuff you can do in it as well. So I had the VR stuff. I had my flight stick. I do have a flight stick.
You have a flight stick?
Yeah, for PlayStation. I have a flight stick. It's in my closet, dude. And I'm just full thrust in it, and just the knob. It's not just me holding myself here, if you know what I mean. It's an actual flight stick.
You gotta hope you're not holding yourself like this,
dude. The funny thing is so Josh, friend of the show, also a Patreon. I told him I bought a flight stick. He's like, "Oh, for real, take a picture." But I took a picture of it literally right here. So it's and then off to the side you see lotion and Kleenex.
Did you do that on purpose or that just okay?
And he's and then he goes, "Wait, why do you gotta position it like that?" It was too funny, dude. Hopefully I can find that picture, then I can post it, dude.
If not, I'm sure Josh still has it.
Somebody will have it
for science reasons.
Oh, for science.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they made Rogue Squadron. That was good. I had a blast with that. Like we said, Jedi Fallen Order. But then Battlefield 2042, which I was excited for those who follow the show, you know already. I was super excited for that. Like,
we were optimistic.
Yeah, that was gonna be, me being a Call of Duty person, not liking this latest Call of Duty. That was gonna be my shooter. I didn't think it was gonna be Halo at all. Like, I kind of wrote Halo off just because 343. That's kind of where it came from, right? But anyways, Battlefield 2042, it came out as a hot mess. Oh my god, it's so funny because I have an article pulled up here from IGN, and there's a typo here. It says internal discussion regarding Battlefield 2041. What losers? 2041?
He's such a fucking nerd. He wrote, oh my god, he was 2 against. Oh my god, that's the least of the
2041. Does this guy even play games?
Oh, now he's a fake gamer.
Let me stop, dude.
EA's filled with a bunch of fake gamer girls, dude.
No, this was IGN who reported that. That was IGN's mistake.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you said EA though.
Oh, did I say EA?
Said EA's.
Okay, my bad.
I get it. You confused me for a second, but we got back there. Okay, so for those who don't know, there was a report that came out at the time of this recording, it's probably last week. So that talked about how pretty much EA's blaming essentially everyone besides themselves as far as what caused the demise of Battlefield 2042. It wasn't the vehicles that climb up buildings, Chris. It wasn't the crashes. It wasn't stuff clipping. It wasn't colors being destroyed. It wasn't any of that stuff.
It wasn't bullets just not registering and built-in bloom.
No.
It wasn't parts of the ground. If you died in a certain spot, the medics just couldn't heal you.
Wow.
It's not like, oh yeah, and scoreboards. It's just not. It's not a myriad of things in game, out of But what did they say?
Okay,
Tell us what they said.
So this was a report by Xfire. All right. So EA apparently held an internal company-wide meeting in discussing Battlefield 2042.
It was like 30 minutes, I think.
20 minutes, explaining what went wrong. All right, with the launch here, and they have a few different things here. One of them, they blamed COVID. That's legitimate, right?
Reasonable.
You know what I'm saying? So they have a work from home environment. You know what I'm saying? So they blame COVID. You know what? That's fine. I'll give you that one. You can have that one. That's acceptable. Everyone's going through it, right? But then they decided to also blame the Frostbite engine. That was part of it.
Which, don't get me wrong, the Frostbite engine, I feel like has never been great.
Man, the thing is, it used to look good.
I never thought it looked that good, even back then.
Man, I thought, what was it? I think Battlefield 4 is the first time I saw it, and I was just like, at that time, I'm sure it updated since then, but, I thought it looked really good, but now I'm just like, like they said, because of the Frostbite engine, they had a major update, which apparently took up 18 months of development because of said update.
Yeah, and to be fair, EA, that's their engine. They made it.
That's your problem, kind of thing. Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with anybody else but you.
Yeah,
like, you made that engine.
Yeah,
so that was the thing. But the third thing, one of the other things that they mentioned as far as the issues with Battlefield 2042, Halo Infinite's launch. As we know, Halo Infinite went into beta a month before it was supposed to launch, right? Or at least the multiplayer did, not the campaign, the multiplayer. And apparently that just shook Battlefield, I guess, to its core. I don't know what happened. That was the reason why it was such a mess and didn't get received well.
Okay, is it done? Is it done? Because there's a lot we gotta unpack.
Yeah. For the most part, that's a lot of it. But yeah, let's start unpacking.
All right. Let's start off with COVID. All right, let's break it down. We have seen it from top to bottom. All these developers, all of us have understand the strains of COVID and the pandemic, and it has put a strain on it, and we all understand.
Yeah,
like it's totally reasonable and okay.
Right,
it's a valid excuse.
Yeah,
totally fine.
You see, yeah, absolutely, 100% valid. And they're not the only ones going through it. We've seen so many people report on it. Hell, look at and I'm gonna go back and use Infinite. Look at how Infinite was that year when they first showed it off, and you got Craig, and that thing was not good. No. Like you had pieces that are just popping in and out with like the just draw distance issues, and wow, it was not pretty.
It was not looking good.
Yeah, people were making fun of it left and right. So, but again, what did they do? They went back to the drawing board. They essentially took it back in, had to work on it some more, get some tweaks in, and they worked on it. And it's just so odd that they would use, and we're talking about it now. And we're gonna towards the end, or I guess as we get closer towards the end of this episode here, we'll talk about, because there's been updates. All right, that say otherwise, but we'll talk more about it here. But it's just so odd that you would hear about Halo Infinite, which is feels like a somewhat half-finished game. I won't say half-finished, but you know what I mean, like not fully complete.
Yes, and I want to take it before we get to we're talking about Halo. The thing is, Halo had flights leading into the flights. The flights were received very positively.
Right.
All right, but the thing is, Battlefield also had betas. Like, I know it's recency bias and everything we're thinking about now, but let's take a couple. Let's step it back a little bit.
Okay.
Battlefield had a beta, and even during this beta, I remember like we could have played the beta.
Yeah, we had an
and
option
we just heard and saw how broken it was.
I played the beta.
Oh, you played the beta?
Yeah, I played it. Me and Justin played it.
Oh, okay.
Justin, another friend of the show, part of Patreon, Tampa Cornflake. Check him out on Twitch.
He's probably updating his driver. He probably won't see this episode.
Oh yeah. Maybe he'll get he'll catch the VOD. But I tried the beta out, and yeah, it was like I would the one thing that was very jarring that stood out for me was when people would like parachute in, and then their parachutes were still there, and they were just running, and you just see a parachute run. And I'm like, oh man, there's an enemy right there. Why? Because there's a fucking parachute above this fucking building. I know somebody's held up in there. You can't fool me.
Oh my god,
You know
that's awesome.
Yeah, so like it would have like that kind of problem.
You can't fool me like it's a trick.
Yeah, like dude, who does this guy think he is? The old parachute on the roof trick.
This old parachute gag. You're not gonna get me with this.
Yeah, dude. Well, not again. Not again.
Bro. Oh god, sorry, continue.
No, so like that, like there was a few other things. There was a part where I didn't clip through the map, but like I got into an area where I guess it wasn't fully rendered, where it's like I just got stuck and I'm trying to jump. I'm like, oh my god, I'm 100% stuck here. And then like I see like teammates coming up to me and they're just trying to like push me out. People I don't even know that. I'm not even talking to them. They just see that I'm like struggling to like jump and move and stuff like that.
They're trying to help you.
And they're just trying to like hit me, like melee me out, trying to like push me out. And then another guy got stuck and then we just got murked. It was bad. It wasn't pretty. I'm like, that was probably the most fun I had with it.
And that's not the kind of fun I feel like EA and everyone wants you to have.
Yeah.
The thing is, you could tell in playing the beta, and I didn't play it, but I seen people play it.
Yeah.
And you could tell that I'm like, this needs a minimum of 6 months left in the oven. Like, you could tell, like, but the thing is, we all saw that it was coming, and then they tried lying about it. They said there was an old build, and then we found out not that old because it was a lie. And the thing is, like, Halo was telling you, hey, these are the problems. They're addressing it. The thing is, EA was so scared of this game not being what it was. Like, no, it's just old. And they tried so hard to fight the inevitable, and it's just so they can get your dollar.
Yeah. The thing is I'm sorry, are you done? Or
I just want to say, and there's a petition out right now.
Oh, that's right.
With like crazy amount of signatures for people to try to get their money back because they lied about the product that they came out with.
Right. The last I read I saw an article, an update about the petitions. Last time I checked, which was as of last Friday, from when you're hearing this, I think it was 200,000 signatures is where they're at right now.
We need to sign that petition.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And here's the thing. So let me see here. Actually, how much? I want to talk about, or actually, because we kind of missed something, Chris. All right. We're gonna take a little intermission. I'm not gonna say we're not gonna stop anything. We're not leaving. We're gonna be here. We're right here. I want to take a little intermission from the subject and talk about what we're drinking, because we're supposed to be doing that. We didn't talk about what we're drinking. Chris and I, and we don't have the bottle. I apologize. We're drinking a little Jack Daniel's honey flavored Jack Daniel's whiskey. It's hitting right.
Oh, it's just so good, guys.
It's like
drinking it straight
sweet,
on the rocks.
You know what I'm saying? It's sweet and then smooth. You know what I'm saying? Get a little burning.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, this stuff is dangerous, but yeah, and we're here. Yeah, exactly. Like Chris said, on the rocks, just straight up. We're not mixing it with anything. This is how it's supposed to be drunk, right?
Yep. It's good times. But yeah, great. It goes on nice and smooth, unlike Battlefield.
So yeah, absolutely. Now, there's been reports now that they're denying it. They're saying they didn't say that, or at least it was taken out of context, is what they're saying. And I'm going to tell you why I think they did say it.
Why?
You just mentioned about the build, right? they mentioned on as far as this is an earlier build. Blah blah. There's another company that said the same thing about their beta.
Oh, what? Who?
It was 343.
Ah,
who would have thought? Right, 343 when they were giving us our betas of Halo Infinite or test flights. When they let us take off on these test flights, they had they said the same thing. Like, guys, keep in mind this is an earlier build. And so everything's not. They set the expectations. Everything's not going to be perfect. We know there's some issues.
Yeah.
All right. That's why we're doing this. You know, fair enough.
And 343 was very transparent.
Yes.
With the verbiage, they wanted to let you know it's not a beta.
Right.
This is a flight. This is a playable version of the game that we can, so anyone can play, so we can get data off of it. And they were just like, "Hey guys, this isn't a finished product. We can't emphasize this enough." And like, if you remember, it was almost obnoxious the way 343, like during their live streams, was trying to like browbeat you with that fact. Like, dude, it's not a beta.
Yeah.
Shh.
Yeah.
If you're thinking beta, shut it up.
They were really about that here, and it was great because I think it worked good for them as well for the launch of Halo. I think it just really showed 343 in a different light. It just really looked really good on their part. It's great
like
PR.
Hat in hand.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, because we all know the debacle of the Master Chief Collection, Halo 4, obviously, not coming out the best way, and then Halo 5, the state that it was into. They kind of had to be this way.
Right.
But I want to say that EA and Battlefield. Who makes Battlefield again? Is it just EA, or is it like a?
It's DICE. Yeah.
I feel like they should have been a little more hat in hand, because we forget before 2042, these other games that came out before have had their own series of problems.
Yeah.
Like, they needed to be more. They should have looked at 343 and like copy their homework, just change it a little bit.
Yeah, I think so too. Cause now granted, I feel like 343 is like that. That transparency, they're slowly losing it. I feel like they're being.
The thing is, I think they're keeping it. Just, I'm like, they don't have a lot to say.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Yeah, they just don't have a lot to say. So, it kind of sucks now. So this was different from when the game was coming out. They were very transparent about it. They had a lot to say then, but like you were to what you're saying here. Yeah, like DICE didn't say nothing, and you notice that. I guess it's unusual for 343 to say something, because usually, if I'm not mistaken, it is the publisher that usually comes out and is just like, hey, this and that, like, kind of gives you the 411 of what's going on with the game. It's never really usually the developer. At least I don't feel like it is. You know what I'm saying? So I guess if DICE not even DICE to say anything, but at least EA to speak about something like, hey, we're working on this. We want to make sure you have the best product coming out. But you want to know why they didn't do that? Does anyone know a little secret? Because they knew it was complete shit. That's why. Because they knew it was going to be garbage when it came out. And they knew if you saw it that way, you weren't going to buy it. Right? Yeah. So they wanted that quick cash grab.
Yeah, they wanted the grab. And the thing is,
you pay now, we finish later. That's what they want.
And I think, don't get me wrong. I think and it sucks because there are real people working on this game, busting their ass, working day and night, killing themselves to try to make a game that's phenomenal. Like, we're not blaming DICE, we're blaming EA, because DICE doesn't, like, something else that we haven't brought it up yet is this has brought in terrible, like, Battlefield is now in a state where the brand is damaged.
Yeah,
Battlefield is now
big time.
Battlefield is now. I don't even. You want to look at, like, do you even consider it like a big deal shooter anymore? Because it's like, now I think it's just considered EA's second best shooter, with Apex there. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
This is supposed to be the monster to take out Call of Duty. Yeah. You remember, they were braggadocious. They were like, "Yo, we're coming out in the same month."
Right.
We're Battlefield. Putting their line in the sand. And then Call of Duty proceeded to roll that shit right over.
Yeah. and crazy, because like Call of Duty also had its own problems. And they, like you said, it's like, I feel like Call of Duty sees everyone else as like no competition. Like, just like, oh, you're there, that's cute. Like, we're also broken. I was just like, but we don't care what everybody else is doing. Like, we're just gonna keep making our thing here.
Yeah.
Which is very odd. I wonder how much it's gonna change.
Yeah, well, Warzone, they've said some things. I know this is getting a little off topic because we're talking about the Battlefield, but they have said some stuff with the Warzone, and you could tell they're trying. I don't know, because I know that Microsoft is like, hey, we're not, the merger isn't done, so we're not helping. But suddenly the way Call of Duty's been talking has also been more transparent as a 343 property. They're talking like, yes, Modern Warfare will be the next one. We're doing a Warzone 2.0 update around the same time. We're, and like really being the most transparent. We've never seen it. Now yet again, officially, Microsoft not technically involved at all, but they're doing some Microsoft-ish type shit.
Oh yeah, I completely expect it. I completely expect that.
And Battlefield is acting like developers pre-COVID, because CD Projekt Red, the clusterfuck of the game that it came out, they were trying to be transparent, but they were like, hey guys, we delayed it, and then they delay it again, and they remember, like, CD Projekt laid down the work for Battlefield to be like, we can just delay it.
Yeah.
They could have went to 343 where they could have delayed it a year.
And on top of that, CD Projekt Red, even before that, after coming off of The Witcher, you would think CD Projekt Red, these people could do no wrong.
That's how the world saw it.
Exactly. So when you see them shit the bed, essentially, Battlefield should have definitely jumped ahead, like, oh shit, if these guys who has all the goodwill in the world can just fall like that, who's to say we can't, right?
Yeah, CD Projekt Red, I'm gonna say was in a league of, I want to say, like a Naughty Dog and a Santa Monica studio.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're like, the audience will give them the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Like, I don't have a problem at all pre-ordering a Naughty Dog, a Santa Monica studio, or not anymore, or a CD Projekt Red game. Like, I was like, oh no, they care about the audience. They want the best product out, and if it comes up short, in certain regards, I'm like, that's just the nature of the beast. But they're gonna put their best foot forward, and to see, like, I'm gonna say one of the bigger studios in our field drop down, I think should have been a humbling experience for everyone. But EA, I think it's just they got caught in the bubble. They lost what it was in the community that they were in. They were, you know what I'm saying? It bit them. I think now I want to pose a question to you, Liquid. Do you think Battlefield is beyond repair?
Beyond repair. Okay, so I don't think it. No, I think you can repair it. I don't think it's beyond repair. I think it could be fixed. Here's the thing though, is I feel like the way you repair it, and this is gonna sound sucky, and this is what's gonna make sense from a business standpoint and a consumer standpoint, is you make it free to play.
Apparently, the conversations, like, low-key, they talked about it.
Yeah, it makes sense. So you figure you make it free to play. If you feel like you need to make money off of it, we know EA is that type. You're gonna have to throw more microtransactions at it, and you gotta get more the bad kind, not the cool kind you get from us. But yeah, like, you make it free to play, and you just try to sell it that way. And that's how you get you capture that audience and back again. That's the best way I could really think about doing it. And it sounds shitty because, like, I hate free to play. I'm not a big fan of free to play.
Yeah, but it's just the nature of the beast that we're in now.
No, I know. I expect that in the future. Like, I have even stronger thoughts about after the Microsoft acquisition. After thinking about it some more, I think microtransaction plays a big part in that as well.
Oh, obviously.
So like I think that's big. That's bigger than the whole. Or they're gonna keep it exclusive or not? From PlayStation and Xbox. Like, no, I think that's that's narrow thinking. I think there's a way bigger picture.
Yeah, I would agree with you to the sense, because that's a last gen thought process. Yeah. Obviously, in the last 8 years, gaming has changed dramatically.
But no, but I do think they fix it that way to answer your question there.
Yeah, the thing is, I think 2042 is dead.
You think it's dead? Okay.
You look at the Steam numbers, and obviously not only played on Steam, but if you look at the numbers, there's it's under 10,000 people are playing that game.
Oh yeah, it's
like sad. It is like
I'm saying. I think if you make it free to play, I think you'll get a boost. Well, hold on. Let me step this back a little bit. You make it free to play, but obviously you got to make sure it's fixed first. So you fix it, then you make it free to play. Try to get those, try to pump those numbers up, and then you go from there.
Yeah, maybe if you have to. You see, the thing is, you have to give to get, and EA is not in the business of giving.
Yeah.
So you're right, but the thing is that it needs 6 more months from recording, and they're not gonna do that. It's definitely like if they did free to play tomorrow, I was like, well, cool story, bro. I'm like, Horizon's out, Elden Ring is right around the corner, Pokemon Arceus is there, and I'm like, we're starting to get into new games, and it's the thing between new and old games. Old games are old, new games are new, and we love hot and new.
Yeah, hot and new is always great. It's always a good thing.
Yeah,
like, it's so, dude. And I don't want to talk about Elden Ring real quick because I just watched. They released a trailer, like kind of like giving the breakdown today, and it was just more of like the map and what you use to heal up and weapons and different armor types and just the world essentially showing you the world is what it was. And boy, oh boy, if I wasn't excited before, I'm 10 times more excited now.
Well, at the recording, we need to watch
No, we'll watch it. It's like a 6-minute trailer.
Okay,
I watched. I'm like, yo, and I'm glad I brought this up because I gotta make a mental note to look up the artist from Software, like the lead artist, because my God, everything they come up with is just, it blows me away, dude. Like just seeing some of these monsters, oh my God, like there was even. I mean, it's not a spoiler. I guess it's an ability that you get. I don't know. It's what they showed on the trailer, where this dude, I guess, summons his head, turns into like a dragon's fucking head, and like there's a monster coming at him, and you see the dragon head, like it's not directly on him, but it's like in front of him, right? Like a little aura in front of him of a dragon, and he's just breathing fire. The person casts like this dragon's breath to breathe fire on this monster. Oh my God, dude, it looks so cool. It looks great.
You see, I'm glad you said that about Elden Ring, because I want to take it back to Battlefield, where I'm just saying that, like, you see. When we're talking about new games are new, the possibilities are endless. We haven't been hurt before.
Yeah.
And that's what they had to contend against. Someone put out a trailer, you're like, oh man, I could play Battlefield, but I'm like, do I want to get into that ecosystem? Or do I just want to wait? And then wait for like an Elden Ring or wait for something else to come out.
Right.
And then but be excited because people love the hype. That's one thing I feel like is super in the industry that we're in, that people get really excited about. They love the hype. They like these hype E3 moments. They like these trailers, this stuff, like, and they ride the hype. But EA just comes with all this baggage, and that's why I think if they came out with another Battlefield, it's fine. But I think 2042 is DOA. I'm like, they could fix the game 100%, and I don't think it would matter.
Gotcha. So they got to make a new one.
I think they just
they want a new hot.
I think that EA needs to stop being like a bunch of pussies. And they need to cut their losses and then like start from the bottom to the top. Like, yo, all right, guys, you know what? We'll have a small team working on it because they want to pump as much. They want to, like bleed the rock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to squeeze as much as you can out of that orange.
Yeah. No, they're squeezing out of rock. There ain't nothing coming out of that bitch. But they want to squeeze as much as they can and just like, all right, let's hard reset. Like, let's give this game like a Halo level development cycle. Like, give it like 5-6 years. EA can get away with that.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, they can, and then they could play it up when it makes a comeback. Like, oh man, Battlefield, and they can even try to play into the whole. Yeah, you didn't like it before. We fucked up before. Then get that the whole. The good PR, the transparency, like this is what you thought you were getting, you didn't get it, kind of thing. We're here to turn that around. Just trying to get that goodwill back, essentially.
Yeah. And like almost have it like a shadow drop, because EA, you know what I'm saying? Like have it like, oh yeah, the beta's coming out next week, and you're like, whoa, what?
I thought you were gonna go tonight. It's coming out.
No, you do,
and it goes live right now.
Or that you do the beta is going live right now, and you're like, what? There's a new Battlefield. Oh, I gotta play. Numbers are hype. Everyone's talking about it, and then guess what? The beta works.
Yeah,
you make sure the beta works.
That's the key.
You know what I'm saying? Like you keep it like mum's word. I'm like, hey, no one's saying anything.
No.
But that's like you have to build towards it, and then people are playing it, and then people are like, yo, this game, real fucking good.
Yeah, it's fire.
And then when people, good games are good. Crazy.
What a crazy concept.
New good games are awesome. I like to spend money on games that are good and new. I love it. Because, you know, it's like me and Justin, you've heard that, like, you guys have heard maybe us talk about it, but it's like, you know what I like? Game the drip.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we drip it. And I'm like, but the thing is, you gotta make me feel like I'm gonna be a badass. But
yeah.
I think Battle 40, I think it's officially dead, and I had to give props to my brother Matt, who said that we were full of shit. We're not gonna play Battlefield. He was 100% right.
Damn. I gave it a chance. I tried. I gave it a chance, dude.
Liquid gave it enough chance for the both of us.
Yeah. I played it like one night. I'm like, man, I like it, except I just wish it worked. Like, and like me and we just played a few matches. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm done with this. This is not good. Let's see.
Well, that's about time.
Yeah, I guess so. Chris, any last words you have for the kids back at home for this? That's gonna wrap up this episode. But
hey, guys, just remember, like, don't play bad games. There's a lot of cool games out there.
There's a lot of cool games.
And don't waste your I'm really, and we're gonna keep a close eye on what EA is gonna do with this, because it's gonna be real interesting. They have to be a different kind of EA. They can't do pre-COVID game developer stuff.
Well, if they were going after Activision before, if they were trying to fight with it, especially with Battlefield, just speaking about that, now they're, you know, this is a Microsoft-owned Activision. So, like, what do they do now? You know what I'm saying? They got to figure something out. So, yeah, no, it will be interesting. Can't wait to see it. I love it. But, yeah, I guess we're going to leave you off per usual. Love each other. Take care. But above all else, just be cool. We'll see you. Or this has been, I'm sorry, a microtransaction. We'll see you next time.